Okay, I'm kind of out of practice doing videos, and as such I've actually got my laptop here and I'm going to be flicking through my notes as I go. I want to start with Owen because, well, he hasn't done a video in a while. That's not entirely your fault, Owen. I know that you asked me if I would do a video with you on Friday, but I was busy. Sorry. I know you'll do one this week, assuming you're not in Leeds on the day you choose to do your video, but you can do one late anyway. Anyway, going from the tangent, haha. You asked me, well, you asked us to talk about the economy, just because you don't really understand how it works. I'm not going to sit here and explain the whole concept of the economy, aside from the fact that it's very much the concept of supply and demand. That doesn't explain the economic crisis, but that's just the basis of the economy in actuality. What I'm sure you actually want, why you're asking is because of the whole credit crunch idea and why that's affecting us in the way it is. And basically, as Wikipedia tells me, the credit crunch is a reduction in the availability of credit, i.e. loans and stuff like that. Couldn't think of another word for loans there. Now, the idea behind that is that because banks have been carelessly lending and it's cost them money, they've now stopped lending, and that's causing people to have to rely on their own funds, and increased interest rates have meant that they're paying through the nose to pay back the money that they borrowed carelessly. Essentially, the economic condition is the bank's fault. But in saying that, the government has been in a position to bail us out at any time. They've simply been holding back on that and doing it selectively, which has caused more problems. I'm not one to vouch for conspiracy theories either, but this looks like one to me. I think the only way to really justify what's going on is to say that the government really wants us to go over to the euro. I want to talk about this more, but I just don't have time. I'll probably do a main channel video if I get around to doing it. Carla, you've got to stop doing multiple videos. You have to actually start looking through your videos before you upload them, please, for the love of God. 3 videos a week was cute at first, but if you look on our main page before my video goes up, there's 6 videos of you and 1 each of me, Dan, and Owen. It's gotta stop. Please. I did like both of your cameos, Dan and Carla, in Carla's and Dan's videos respectively. That was cool. I like how Carla was always the antagonist in both of them, you know, attacking Daniel in his video and insisting that he get out while you're recording yours. That was nice. Earning benefit. Right. Carla, you said that you wanted to know what people thought about having like an upper bracket as far as earning money is concerned, and I do think that. I think that there should be an upper bracket simply because I think people, entertainers specifically, earn far, far too much. I think that those who are causing the biggest benefit to society should be the ones paid the most, and even then I don't believe that they should be paid obscene amounts that causes a class divide. We're never going to completely get rid of a class divide, but it definitely exists in this country far too much, and people who don't realise it are simply too rich to realise it. Basically, I think that people like doctors doctors and emergency services should be paid more than, say, footballers. I think to see that a footballer earns on average, just working out the sums in my head, at least 50 times more. The average footballer earns at least 50 times more than the average doctor. And that's disgusting. I don't think I need to talk about that anymore. I think that there just says it all. Daniel, moving on from what you said about prisoners, that their payment for the education they get in prison is their sentence. No. That's not what they're in prison for. They're in prison to serve their sentence. their sentence is not a payment for getting an education. That's not how it works. They should have to pay like everybody else. You said it's not free, but it is. It's free in the sense that they don't pay for it. The taxpayers pay for it, and that shouldn't be the case. Prisoners should live, frankly, in squalor. They're still entitled to the whole Geneva Convention thing. They're given full human rights, but that should be all they're given. They shouldn't be given amenities, things that make them, happy to be there. They're supposed to be repenting. I don't quite understand how someone as seemingly rational as you is rationalising giving prisoners a university-style education when they're supposed to be repenting for a crime. I can't remember what I wanted to ask as my question this week, but I'm morally against doing a second video, so I'm going to keep you talking long enough until I think of one. No, I can't think of one. So I'm just going to go with telling people that I got accepted into Bedfordshire University. I think I've already told, I know I've told Owen, and I may have mentioned it to Carla on Skype, but I haven't said it to Daniel. So Daniel, I got into Bedfordshire University. I'm really quite happy about that. Haven't heard back from Winchester yet. We'll see what happens there. Needless to say, my application to Middlesex is no longer required. I also got somewhat of a promotion at work. I say a promotion, I just kind of got more hours in a better department, but I consider that a promotion because I'm big-headed and like the idea of getting a promotion. A proper promotion is in fact in the works, but that's something entirely, another subject entirely. Yeah, I don't really have any subject I want to raise this week, aside from perhaps the fact that Heroes was indeed awesome and that the second episode hasn't lost any of the spark that the first started. And I was going to wait until the third one came out before doing my video, but I just don't have time. I'm going to watch it literally as soon as this video goes live, and I'm going to be happy because I know it's going to be awesome. Okay, all done.